Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that last motor that I made out of parts. And just mounted it in this old shell. Now this old shell, this is a 400 shell. This has been under the bench for a year. And I painted this white last year. And I was going to make a Red Cross train. I was going to paint the cars white, put the red crosses on them. The problem with it was, when you add the red cross, it looks like a Swiss train. White with a red cross, I mean, it just didn't look, I just wasn't happy with it. Anyway, I abandoned the idea, and after I painted this locomotive, it just sat under the bench for, well, it's been over a year. I've just been avoiding using it. Basically, I've just been too lazy to respray it. And so very likely today, I'll put this on top of an old cardboard box, give it a light spray of some black primer, and paint it. Paint it black. It'll look factory again. That's a nice thing about these plastic locomotives, is there's nothing to remove. It's all one solid injected piece of plastic. So you can pull the motor out, put it on the top of an old cardboard box, spray it, and it'll look factory again. So I'll just spray this black. Anyway, I've got that motor in it that I built out of parts. Just got this mounted. It's got a black push rod on that side. It's got a silver push rod on this side. Just made out of mismatched parts. And like I said, I'm running out of wheels. So this will be the last one that I build for a while until I buy some more junk from eBay. Anyway, like I said, I've been putting off using it simply because it's white. But I figured since I had that motor and this shell, it'll actually only take me a couple minutes to paint it. So very likely do that tonight. Anyway, power is on. I just stuck that motor in there. Let's take this around. As you see, that motor runs really, really well. And so when I get these things fixed, I put them in these plastic shells until a locomotive comes in that's made of metal, either stamped steel or cast. And then I upgrade from plastic to metal. And then the plastic shell goes back under the bench. Anyway, like I said, I've been putting off using this one simply because it's white. And I actually wish that white train would have worked. It just didn't, it just looked Swiss. It didn't look like a Red Cross train. Anyway, had the shell, so I figured I'd go ahead and put this motor in there. Tonight I will put this on top of an old cardboard box and respray it black. It'll look like a factory locomotive. And I will be putting a lens in it. As you can see, I've opened the hole. I did that long ago. And very likely I'll put an epoxy lens in there. And once it's sprayed black, it will look like an original Marx locomotive. Get that push rod scraped silver, and this will actually be a decent looking loco. So anyway, I just want to do a quick video. Really simple to do this. Like I always say, if you have a wheel puller and a wheel press, you can fix anything you can find on eBay. Because once you have a way to pull the wheels off, it gives you access to doing some really serious repairs, whatever it might be. And then you have a wheel press, you can press the wheels back on, and you can fix anything, absolutely anything you can find on eBay. As long as you have a wheel puller, a wheel press, and a supply of parts, you can fix anything you can find, regardless of what's wrong with it. Once you get the wheels off, it gives you access to all the internals, and you can do some serious repairs. Anyway, just a follow-up on that last motor. Like I said, I'm out of wheels, so this will be the last motor I build for a while. I've got to buy some more junk on eBay, and when it gets here, instead of trying to fix it, actually take it apart and use it for parts. But so far, virtually everything I've bought for parts, I've wound up getting it running. So in any case, just want to do a follow-up on this last motor made from parts. Like I said, stuck it in this old 400 shell that I painted white. This thing's been sitting under the bench for, it's been at least a year. I've just been avoiding using it because it's white. And basically just too lazy to repaint it. So tonight I'll pull it apart since I have a motor in it now. I'll pull it apart, put it on top of a cardboard box, spray it black, put the motor back in it, and it gives me a brand new locomotive that'll look like it came out of the factory. And once I scrape that push rod, so they're both silver, this will actually be a nice looking Marx 400 made completely out of junk parts. So I've built either 5 or 6 new locomotives this week out of parts. Thus, that's why I'm out of wheels. So it's a lot of fun to be able to assemble these motors out of parts. The last 3 run forward only, but like I said, that is perfectly fine with me. And you'll find once you do that E-unit bypass, these motors run better than they ever have. These things just run really well because you're applying track power directly to the armature and the coil rather than going through the E-unit. So in any case, just a quick follow-up on that motor. I'll get this push rod scraped so it matches the one on the other side. Paint the shell, and a new Marx 400. It'll look like it came out of the factory. So anyway, just want to do a quick follow-up video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.